All right, guys, we have to talk about the 2.4 Hour of Adversity reset. So I just cleared it. Okay, I just 30 started, full start TOA, and I will say this has to be the easiest TOA reset in the game so far. It is so easy to the point where, of course, I can just simply solo with Cartethia, not surprised. But you guys might be wondering, why is this TOA so easy? The reason why it's not just because of Cartethia, but it's because of this buff over here. So when we read it, it says casting Resonance Liberation causes a blast that deals arrow damage equal to 120% of the caster's max HP. So this part over here is what's cracked. And when you pair it up with the fact that you can reduce the enemy's defense if they have air erosion by like 30%, makes it even more broken. So it's like it's like you don't even need to put any support characters with Cartethia at all, because thanks to this buff, you have like, this secondary damage that's coming through, and then you have defense shred. It's absolutely insane. So this buff over here is what's making middle tower extremely easy, to the point where I think I cleared it in like 30 seconds, 30 or 40 seconds. Because before reset, right, we had like 2.3 TOA. When I solo with Cartethia, it would take me like a full minute, right, minute or 30 seconds. But for this one, it took me like 40 seconds or 30 seconds. That's how powerful this buff is. Now when it comes to the side towers, they're pretty much like, Carlotta shields. You have Glacio buff. Once you use glacial characters, and for echoing tower you want to use fusion characters. So we're gonna go ahead and start this. We're gonna do both towers here, and guys, it's so easy, bro. It's so easy, it makes absolutely no sense. All right, here we go, man. Nice. So you look at that, boom. Look at that huge blast. It deals so much damage. That's what's making, that buff so cracked. When you use that Resonance Liberation, it's just such a huge AoE blast. It's absolutely insane. And then plus we have that defense shred because we're inflicting air erosion on the enemy. It's like, dude, Cartethia is absolutely going to cook in this TOA reset. And look at that, we're literally at like 4 minutes, and look at his health bar. Put that ultimate down. Let's see that huge damage. Was that like, I couldn't see it there. It's gonna be really hard for me to see that. I'm probably gonna have to like replay the video to see how much damage that was. Oh, damn. So there we go, man. We had like 29 seconds left. Imagine if we actually used the full team. But you guys can clearly see, man, it's like that buff is just so cracked. Let's go ahead and do this other side over here. So for this side, I'm pretty sure it is fallacy. Yeah, I think it's fallacy for this side. So let's see what happens. Pop this ult here. Boom. so much damage, man. Oh my gosh. Absolutely disgusting. Pop that ult there. It's gonna be some nuclear damage. Look at that. Yo, look at his health bar. Oh my gosh, dude. Make it make sense, man. This buff is so cracked. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot to do. Oh, are you kidding me, dude? Bro, come on, man. All right, there we go. That's so annoying. All right, finish it off. You're cooked. Sayonara. 40, dude, 43,000. That was like probably like 200k. Man, the main issues for this ToA reset are the side towers. I think the middle tower, it's pretty chill. Like, even though you don't have Cartethia, you can still clear this, right? You can still clear this easily. But for the side towers, the fact that Scar is resistant to Spectro and Havoc, that can be an issue because you have Zani, Jinxie, Camellia. You know, you have one of the top DPS units in the game who are not going to perform that well against Scar. So, of course, you have Carlotta, who's going to do pretty well here because, you know, of Glacial Resistance Shred. But at the same time, when it comes to your options, you are going to struggle a little bit. I did clear it. I easily cleared it, but I can definitely see that, you know, a lot of people struggling with a Resonant Tower. And then for Echoing Tower is pretty chill. I was just using Chun-Li, you know, in Fusion Team, and I breezed through it easily. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts for this ToA reset. I think the middle tower is extremely like broken when it comes to this buff right here, but at the same time, I don't like the fact that this buff caters to characters who scale off of max HP, and as of to right now, there's only one unit who greatly benefits off of this, and that unit is Cartethia. Of course, you have, you know, Lupa, who is like a Resin Separation character, but at the same time, she doesn't really scale off of HP. So, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this buff caters to Cartethia only. But yeah, this defense shred also extremely broken too. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you guys a fan of this ToA reset? Do you guys think this ToA reset is fair? Is it not fair? Is it bad? Is it good? Let me know. But me personally, I think there's definitely, you know, room for improvement for this ToA reset. But when it comes to the buffs, are the buffs better than the previous reset? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. But all I have to say is that this buff right here is extremely cracked. The one in middle tower, it's really broken. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. Hope we catch you guys on the next one. Adios.